If you want to touch gloves, now's the time. God bless.
Main event time, fight fans. It's a big one. Neil Magny, the minus 140 favourite, goes up against Michael Maverick Chiesa, plus 120.
Here we go.
Coming
Ready?
back.
Ready?
This fight clock is brought to you by Toyo Tyres, the official tyre of the UFC. Chiesa in the green if you need reminding. Magny in the red. Southpaw for Chiesa. Straight away, engages in close quarters.
This is where Chiesa wants to be. He wants to be close. He wants to try to take Neil Magny down.
He actually gave us his keys. Said he needs level changes, fakes, and a low stance against the ascending Neil Magny.
Nice front kick there from Mike.
Yeah.
Wonderful line from the coach of Neil Magny earlier this week. He said he's like Batman with 5 utility belts. He's just got too many tools. They need to have him focus on just a few of those and make them more mean, right?
Yeah.
So John Gooden, Daniel Cormier, Paul Felder on the call for this one here. Fight Island 3.0, event number 2. It's a huge matchup in the welterweight division.
Even when a guy wants to take you down, though, if you're Neil Magny and he's in southpaw, he can kick up high. There's no takedowns off of high kicks. They gotta just defend. There's no counter. You can counter everything else, the low kicks, the body kicks, you can catch them. But you can't catch high kicks. So if you're Neil Magny with that length, you just start throwing shots up high.
Fascinating read on the stats for Mike Chiesa in what he achieved as a lightweight and then what he's done since as a welterweight in the 3 fights that he's had. It's just worlds apart. More volume, more accuracy, more takedowns.
He doesn't get hit as much, right? He's more fresh, right?
Yeah,
Johnny?
is that as well?
Fresh. He's much more fresh now up at welterweight. He's not leaving everything in the gym. He's not going through fat camps. He's not trying to lose weight every time he goes into practice. He's focusing on getting better.
And it's allowing him to become the fighter that he's dreamt of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when you win 3 fights and you beat RDA and you're
Fantastic job of controlling this range. Nice left hand there from Chiesa.
Chiesa looks much more confident and calm in his stand-up right now. Before, he's usually running almost like a zombie into his opponent, trying to grab him to take him down.
Just kind of throwing punches to close the distance.
Look at how much more patient he is in the striking.
Nice right hand there from Neil, though. And Neil is the one really pushing forward.
That's what I was about to say, Felder. It won't stop either. Magny will not stop going forward. He won't stop pressuring him. It'll be on Chiesa at some point. There it is. Watch the lateral drop here by Chiesa. Beautiful.
Right in the center of the octagon as well, DC.
This is exactly where Michael Chiesa wants to be. When he gets to the over-under, he steps across, does a little bit of an Iranian, we call it in wrestling, where you step and throw, and now he's got Neil Magny right where he wants to be. You see Neil Magny using a lockdown on Chiesa's right leg to keep him from passing the guard, but now Mike is starting to pass.
Yeah, he's going to pull that knee through.
And look at all the shoulder pressure with his left arm.
And that's smart, right? That's keeping him pinned down right now.
As Mike starts to work that right knee through.
Nice
Good job by Magny catching it.
Chiesa in the top 10 of highest submission tallies in UFC history. So the heart rate of Neil Magny probably going up a little bit in these positions as he's got a figure 4 on that arm.
Mike's attacking the Kimura here.
Good job to let that go as Neil was going to bump him over. That was smart from Neil, too. He tried to sweep him there, forcing Mike to let go of that Kimura grip. But Mike's still pushing his shin down on that knee to try to pass the knee through.
If you talk to Team Chiesa, you understand that this is where they want it to be. The more they can control Magny on the ground, they would feel so good about their chances. And every minute they're making him fight from his back, they feel like they're getting better and better chances of him winning the fight.
Chiesa landed an outstanding submission against Carlos Condit, who had success here last weekend. Said it was the best submission victory of his career, but he hopes it doesn't end up being that way. He wants to go even better than that. Still, obviously, plenty more miles left on the Chiesa clock.
Yeah, he's got a ton of time.
So much pressure here from Mike.
Mike is such a student of the game. You know, he's been that way in every sport that he's tried. Well, in wrestling, in grappling, in everything that he does, he just fully encompasses himself in that sport. And you see him improving at every turn.
Last few seconds here in the opening round. We're going to see a second. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Have a seat. I'll take the ice. Big chest. You gotta get those breaths. Just getting warmed up. You don't get overzealous, right? For sure. Keep the rank.
And Dustin Poirier's fights on UFC Fight Pass. UFC Fight Pass boasts the largest MMA fight library in the world. Access it anytime, anywhere from your computer, smartphone, tablet, or smart TV. Sign up today and start streaming. Round number 2 here on Fight Island. Neil Magny, Mike Chiesa.
He went right back to it sooner this time. Look at that. Because Chiesa found success last time.
Good defense, though.
Yep, he went back to the overhook. Good job by Magny, maintaining his balance, getting back to the underhooks, and now he's in control.
And what Chiesa does not really want to have happen is to land on the bottom with Neil Magny. He holds the record for the greatest number of ground strikes landed in a single fight. He can do a lot of damage from that position.
You remember Neil Magny fought Hector Lombard back in the day? And
That's
oh
the one.
My goodness. Hector Lombard beat him from pillar to post, and he stayed in the fight, and then he smashed him. It was crazy watching. Watch Chiesa try to take Magny backwards. If he can get his right leg over to get to the side of Magny, he'll start trying to lift him.
Good head position here from Chiesa.
Yeah, before the break, DC, you were talking about his thirst for learning, and I remember when he was working on the broadcast last time, he was always grabbing you for little tips. Big Nog as well. I know that he got some rounds in with him. Never stopping that learning process.
He's constantly trying to get better. There it is. You see him.
Same takedown, right, DC?
Yep. No, well, this time he had a double underhook, and when he gave Neil the idea he was going right, he spun it back to the opposite side. Oh, great attempt there by Magny.
Wow, that was nice from Magny, but good adjustments there from Mike Chiesa to roll through that.
Yep, and then
past the legs.
And look, Chiesa's just kind of... Magny here is going to make a mistake if he goes to his knees. He's got to be very careful to stay within himself to not present his back to Chiesa. You hear his corners yelling, watch the back. They know how dangerous it is to let Michael Chiesa on your back.
Yeah. Good job here from Magny.
Yeah, high level
great
contest.
sequence.
And he's looking for his own takedown now. Oh, he ends up on bottom.
Chiesa in his own corner as well here, DC.
Yeah, and you see that, though, right? That's the difference in Chiesa and Magny, right? Chiesa just knows wrestling. Neil made a mistake on that takedown. I think he got hurt with an elbow there.
Yeah, cutting-looking elbows by Chiesa.
I don't see any blood yet, so that's good for Magny at least.
You saw Magny kind of reach up and touch his head and grimace.
Yeah, sometimes you got to check, right? What happened there? There's that shoulder pressure again from Chiesa.
It's so
And look at it. You see the grimace on Magny's face?
Yeah.
Mike's not just putting his shoulder there.
Bro.
He is grinding his shoulder into your throat, forcing you to have to address that before you can even address the bad position that you're in.
Josh Koscheck used to have so much shoulder pressure from the top when you would grapple him. He would grab your lat, and then he would just turn his shoulder into your neck. It felt like he was choking you out. Before you could do anything, you had to try to figure out how to relieve some of the pressure on your neck, and I feel like Mike's doing the same thing to Neil Magny.
Magny doing a good job, though, of not letting Chiesa slice through his guard and get to full mount.
He's staying safe, right?
Yeah.
Neil's staying safe, but Paulie, we both know Neil Magny's a guy that gets ahead. He's not ahead right now.
No, he's not.
So he's going to have to make up a lot of... He's
definitely about to be down 2 rounds, which means Mike, is he just got to pull off 1 round? Or,
rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Continue to get to this position. But if you're Neil Magny, you're a guy that gets out ahead. Now he's going to be playing catch-up. And it's not a guy that'll get tired in front of you. And look at Mike. Just really wearing on Magny.
Yeah, just grinding that shoulder, staying on top. Yep. Not doing any severe damage with the elbows or anything like that, but just smothering Magny at this point.
And not staying in the same position, so they aren't standing him up. Mark Goddard has no place to try to make and reset the position because Chiesa's doing just enough to keep him off of him.
Well and truly stapled that right leg of Magny to the mat as well. Happy to hang here, look for opportunities to strike or try and float over the top.
Nice elbow, Mike.
Yeah, that was a solid elbow there from Mike.
And even just placing the elbow in the neck of Magny, right? All your weight down on the neck of Magny, it starts to wear on a guy. Michael Chiesa is fighting the perfect fight to this point.
Crazy that these guys have been in and around the UFC from about the same time. Chiesa, Tough Life 2012, followed by Magny. And today they're competing high-level contest. Round 3 ahead in our main event contest in the welterweight division. Let's see if Magny can get things going. His corner conceded that he's probably down 2.
A thing to consider, though, is this is Mike's second main event in the UFC.
Yep.
And if this continues at this type of pace where he's got to win these rounds in this particular way, he hasn't seen those later rounds in the UFC.
Well, his first main event was against Kevin Lee, and he got submitted really fast.
Exactly.
So this will be, you know, you get past round 3, it'll be the first time he's in the championship rounds.
Magny's trying to
Magny needs to be careful here. He gets out scrambled when he tries to take Chiesa down.
But it looked like he was punching into that range, DC.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
like the game plan.
Well, he did it again, right? He just tried to drag him to the mat, just like the last takedown, and Mike ended up on top, and then he was stuck there. If you're Neil Magny, you want to be out at space. You don't want to be in close with Michael Chiesa.
I need you to win that position and keep those double unders.
He's got double unders right now.
You gotta win
Not
those
anymore.
pummels,
Good wrist control there from Chiesa.
Watch the trip.
Very good cornering by the corner of Magny, telling him that he has to win the head position, has to continue to pummel, and then watch the trips of Chiesa.
Oh! There you go. Oh, he's trying to manhandle him now.
Oh, yeah. And with a hook in and full back control.
Good control on the far side arm as well.
Great job by Neil Magny. What an adjustment by Neil Magny to come out and take the fight to Michael Chiesa. And
confidence in the game plan, right?
Absolutely. And for all the wrestling, right, that Michael Chiesa has done offensively, nothing exhausts you more than when somebody takes you down after you've been taking them down for 2 rounds.
Yeah, and now Mike's been forced to work back up, and Neil's still got him pressed up against the fence. And this is where Neil Magny does his best work, grinding on guys, using that wrestling, using that ground and pound, using the pressure. His cardio is incredible.
And even in the loss to Santiago Ponzinibbio, they went long. Neil Magny's gone long multiple times and main evented multiple UFC fight shows and had to go into those championship rounds.
Oh, nice left hand there from Chiesa.
Neil Magny he's never in that conversation about guys that can't go the distance.
No, absolutely.
He's always well conditioned. He's going to need every ounce of energy in this against Mike Chiesa. Trying to make this an ugly fight. But this is a much more promising round for Neil Magny.
This is great awareness and recognition by the corner of Neil Magny. They know that he just can't be 50-50. He has to have 2 underhooks. And look at what's happening as he takes 2 underhooks on Chiesa. Chiesa can't do those trips and those takedowns that he likes to use to get Magny to the ground.
Yeah, Neil's doing a fantastic job of getting to that position over and over again.
Look, there it is. Again, now he's got 50-50. He's got to repummel inside with the right hand if he's going to avoid the takedown of Chiesa. Right away, look at that. See that, Paul? He never got back inside with his other hand, and now Chiesa's about to take him down again.
Magny trying to strip the grip. Just getting lower and lower. Now maybe he's got a double wrist lock.
Yeah, he's trying to, he's got a bit of a Kimura lock. Oh, beautiful by Michael Chiesa.
Beautiful scramble.
Yeah, but this is going to take awareness here. Height's got the leg position. Whoever gets high here is going to win, right? Whoever gets tall is going to win this position. And right now, Michael Chiesa is getting tall. Look at him.
Yeah, he tried to throw it back
See
across
that?
the body. Still doing it. Mounts. I mean, that is nice. He's trapped the arm as well.
That arm is underneath your John. That could end up being a triangle here.
That's what happens. Height wins in all these wrestling scrambles.
He is not.
Oh, he's got both under. That's an interesting position here. Mike's
Magny
got to
needs to hustle.
up on top.
Yep, it's a hustle here.
Oh, he's got his neck.
Guillotine.
Oh, nice job there from Magny to fight that off, boy.
That was smart by Michael Chiesa because he knew Neil would have to respect the submission attempt, so he went back to his back flat. Great job by Chiesa. Even if you put that submission in there without the intent of finishing, you make
them back down.
You force him back down.
Good, easy, breathe in.
And Magny's been swaddled by the limbs of Mike Chiesa.
And think about it, for the first 2 minutes of the round, Neil Magny did so well with one mistake, and look at where he finds himself at the end of the round. What was Michael ends up on top in the position that he wants to be in.
Last few seconds here in round number 3. Magny getting off some offense from the bottom, though. The main event only on ESPN+. Round number 4. An intriguing battle here in the welterweight division.
And this is what we talked with Chiesa about. This is part of what he needs to learn about himself. He wants to be a champion in this division. Well, this is one of the biggest tests you've got to pass, these championship rounds, these 4th and 5th rounds. Now, if you get a finish here, you still kind of pass that test. You showed that you can go there and still have ability to finish. If it doesn't, it has to go to a decision. He's show that he's got that metal in them to be able to go and go the distance in a 5-round fight.
Getting up for that 4th round is the doing all the fighting because you are normally used to fighting.
Wow.
Nice right hand by Chiesa.
What a transition. Mike has done such a good job of landing these shots, staggering Magny back, not really hurting him too bad, but it's perfect transition for his wrestling.
Well, when he punches him, Magny's head and chest go back. And then when your head and chest goes back, what's wide open? Your legs. So then Michael Chiesa just changes levels and drives right into it.
And he's starting to do some damage, really kind of working the leather now.
Yeah, really, I mean, honestly, this is a fantastic performance by Michael Chiesa in a fight where a lot of people thought that he would really struggle.
Yeah, and he's looked unbelievable. And he's been in some trouble. He's had to fight through some adversity in that 3rd round against Magny. And here he is on top. Now he's trying to lace this arm. He's trying to get a little gift wrap here and package him up, but he can't. And Magny fights that off job. He's got an open guard right now. But
Let's go, Mark.
I don't know. Chiesa's going to pressure him against the fence. He's got to watch these triangle situations. You see Magny always working, though. He never just settles down here.
It's very difficult to see somebody getting a triangle off their back in a main event, right? These guys are all so skilled. That's why it doesn't happen very often. That's why when Khabib submitted Justin Gaethje, it's so unbelievable, fighting in a championship fight and getting a triangle from the mount position. All these submissions are very difficult to come by because you're fighting the absolute scariest guys in the world when you find yourself in UFC main events.
Chiesa's trying to put some pressure down, or he let it go. Happy to stay here for
Well, he's going to start attacking that arm.
Yeah, Kimura again.
Kimura, use the Kimura to pass or
There's
change position.
Neil again, working his way back up.
Watch Mike get his body above him. Oh, there it is.
The back.
Oh,
he's got one hook in. DC's got 2 hooks in.
Now this is where you get in trouble against Michael Chiesa, man. He is good here.
He
got the body triangle now.
He could choke.
Hey, isolate that one arm and give me safe side of state.
Neil's doing a good job, though. He's on the right side of the body triangle.
Yes, he is.
To turn into it, put pressure on that lock, and break it, and move into Chiesa.
Chiesa needs to move him back across to the opposite side. Look at Neil starting to turn.
Yeah,
now Mike's gonna have to bail. Oh, right into the mount.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Of Chiesa on the ground, man.
The awareness of Michael Chiesa to know that Neil was almost out. Neil's gonna have to try to wall walk here.
Nice job. Wow, the transitions of these guys, man. You know, this is one of those fights when people are like, oh, I don't like to watch a ground fight. These guys are scrambling like maniacs right now. Mike's back on the back here.
Look at Michael Chiesa just kind of riding this dude and wearing on him.
Elbows tight. He's going high
I'm impressed with the way that he...
crotch.
Oh.
That's an opening there for Neil Magny. Switch knee.
Flying knee from Magny, but Mike's got the double underhooks.
Puts him right back in trouble. Again, Magny, there he is. You hear the corner yelling, pummel, pummel, pummel. They know what Neil needs to do. It's just a matter of being able to do it against a guy like Michael Chiesa.
No strikes until your hand position is correct. Let's go.
Interesting position here, Mike.
Oh, look at
the tiredness.
Oh, he's got to be careful here.
Inverted triangle.
There is an inverted triangle here, but Chiesa's staying calm.
Back that opposite arm. Let's go.
His posture's too high. Magny doesn't have him in much trouble here.
We've been in some really unique positions throughout this contest. Let's see what happens when...
You see where his foot is, though? You see where Magny's foot is? It's not in the crevice of the knee here.
Now, though.
Now it'll start to get a little bit tighter. But look at Chiesa right away. Just change the angle to where the foot is once again on the calf.
He pushed it into the fence as well, which made it difficult for Magny to cinch it up.
He needs to get it.
Oh,
beautiful. Look at that.
But good effort there from Magny to try that.
Yes. But look at what Mike did, though. Mike pulled back and then dropped him forward. Right? We always talk about building your base and shaking guys over the top. All Chiesa did was use the lubrication that is all the sweat to let Neil Magny slide over the top of him.